Hello, Salam. I am Makan Abazari, Shah Iran, Makan Abazari, the Supreme of Climate, Makan Abazari, the Supreme of Geophysics, Makan Abazari, the Messenger of God. I am the King of Kings, Makan Abazari, Shah Iran, the first King of Makanian dynasty. I must remind you, Iran must build 70,000 nuclear warheads, meaning Iran must become a nuclear and atomic superpower of the world. Iran must have the capability to nuclear bomb all the nations of the world, especially the continent of North America. Iran must have the capability to launch nuclear bombs from inside Iran, between Persian Gulf and Caspian Sea, all the way to the continent of North America. Iran must also have the capability to nuclear bomb other parts of the world. All the sanctions on Iran must be lifted. Iran must be industrialized at max efficiency and max capacity. Iran must become absolute dominant economic, industrial, and technological superpower of the world, surpassing China and United States of America in manufacturing, industrial works, industrial outputs, and manufacturing and industrial processes. Again, Iran must become atomic and nuclear superpower of the world. Iran must have more nuclear warheads than Russia, China, and United States of America combined. All the sanctions on Iran must be lifted. All those who oppose a nuclear program of Iran must be eliminated. And all those who prevent Iran from building 70,000 nuclear bombs must be eliminated. Again, my father is from Natanz, Iran, and I am Makan Abazari, Shah Iran, Makan Abazari, the Supreme of Climate, Makan Abazari, the Supreme of Geophysics, Makan Abazari, the Messenger of God. I'm the King of Kings, Makan Abazari, Shah Iran, the first King of Makanian dynasty. And many of our nuclear reactors, nuclear facilities, enrichment facilities, heavy reactor facilities, enrichment facilities, nuclear industries, nuclear machineries, nuclear facilities, atomic facilities, nuclear robots, nuclear spaceships, nuclear rockets, nuclear ships, nuclear tanks, nuclear drills, nuclear machineries, nuclear industries, nuclear manufacturing, nuclear warheads, and nuclear bombs have been stolen during the last 40 years. I did not give anybody permission or authority to give them away. I did not give that permission to America, to IAEA, to Iran, or any other actor. I never gave anybody permission to give away our nuclear and atomic bombs and technologies. No, all the actors who have taken our nuclear bombs and atomic bombs have taken them by fabricated signatures and by falsified documented permission and privileges for themselves. I never gave anybody any permission. So Iran must build 70,000 nuclear warheads safely in Iran, between Persian Gulf and Caspian Sea, without endangering Iranians and Iran. And Iran must not test them in Iran, in the Middle East, and in Afghanistan, Pakistan, Central Asia, Arabian Peninsula, Horn of Africa, and North Africa, and Balkan, okay, and Caucasus and Caucasus. Iran must not test them in there, and not in Kazakhstan, and not in West China, okay. So all the nuclear facilities, industries, high-tech nuclear facilities, and everything else must be safely returned to Iran, between Persian Gulf and Caspian Sea. All the nuclear agreements are void. All the sanctions on Iran must be effectively lifted at all layers and all levels, meaning United Nations Security Council, United States of America, USA federal government, banks, nations, Japan, South Korea, European Union, and United Nations Security Council, IAEA, and all actors, all nations, both private, national, international, and global, and all other things must permanently lift all sanctions on Iran, on Iranians, Iranian banks, Iranian nuclear program, Natanz, me, my families, my societies, my regimes, my governments, and all other things. So all the sanctions on Iran must be permanently lifted. Also, all sanctions on Iran-backed forces must immediately be lifted. And all sanctions on allies of Iran must be immediately lifted. Iran must build 70,000 nuclear warheads within 1 month. All the nuclear reactors, nuclear technologies, nuclear industries, and all other nuclear things must be safely returned to Iran, between Persian Gulf and Caspian Sea. Iran must build 70,000 nuclear warheads. All sanctions on Iran must be lifted at all levels. Iran must become absolute dominant economic, industrial, nuclear, atomic, geopolitical, diplomatic, and world order superpower of the world. All the nuclear warheads must be under control of Islamic Republic of Iran and future governments of Iran, between Persian Gulf and Caspian Sea. Iran must have nuclear warheads in Cuba, Venezuela, and near east coast and west coast of United States of America to have the capability to nuclear warheads, nuclear bomb United States of America as a deterrence. All sanctions on Iran must be lifted. Iran must become absolute economic, industrial, technological, nuclear, atomic, diplomatic, politic, and geopolitic superpower of the world. All the nuclear technologies must be returned to Iran. Industrialize Iran at max efficiency and max capacity, making Iran absolute dominant economic and industrial superpower of the world. Again, Iran must build 70,000 nuclear warheads. 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 Now I have heard there is a global government which is a very powerful government. That global government has placed psychological, mind control, economic, political, diplomatic, geopolitic, and other types of sanctions on me and my family. Now tell me, eliminate all layers of that global government. Tell me, eliminate their superpowers and their world powers. Tell me, eliminate their mind controllers, their hackers, their world leaders, their beneficiaries, their societies, their regimes, their interest groups, their mind control facilities, their hardware, their software, and their supercomputers, and all other things they have contrived in North America and everything else they have in the rest of Earth. And they must permanently remove all the layers of their influence, their systems on me, my families, my forces, Iran, Islamic Republic of Iran, Iranians, Natanz, Azerbaijan, Greater Middle East, provinces of Iran, new provinces of Iran, territories of Iran, and all of Iranians. Iran must build 70,000 nuclear bombs. Now, who is it that sanctioned me and my family for its nuclear program? They have 5 seconds to lift all those sanctions, or there will be terminal extermination of all their forces in North America and terminal elimination of all their forces in the rest of Earth. Never eliminate me, my families, Iranian peoples, Iranians, peoples of Iran, Azerbaijanis, Armenians, Persians, people of Gurjistan, Jewish people, Arab peoples, people of Syria, Iraq, Middle East, Arabian Peninsula, Horn of Africa, North Africa, Central Asia, Caucasus, Caucasus, Balkan, and Afghanistan, Pakistan, Iran, and Greater Middle East. Never eliminate them, never kill them, never exterminate them. And again, Iran must build 70,000 nuclear bombs. Lift all sanctions on Iran. Iran must have the capability to nuclear bomb all around all the regions of the world. Iran must not nuclear bomb Iran, Middle East, Arabian Peninsula, Israel, North Africa, Horn of Africa, Afghanistan, Pakistan, Central Asia, Caucasus, Caucasus, Balkan, and lift all sanctions and on all Iranians at all levels, including economic, diplomatic, geopolitic, mind control, social, psychological, cultural, and geopolitic, world order, and all other sanctions. Final warning. It takes 5 seconds to kill off the planet Earth. And this is also the case for all the theories of climate, weather, geophysics, manosphere, atmosphere, ocean control, and other things. Leave all sanctions on me and my family. Final warning to you and all your species. I am Makan, Abazari, Shahan, Makan, Abazari, the Supreme of Climate, Makan, Abazari, the Supreme of Geophysics, Makan, Abazari, the Messenger of God. I'm the King of Kings, Makan, Abazari, Shahan, the first King of Makanian dynasty. And I am located at 20 Walnut Street, apartment number 4, Brookline, Massachusetts, zip code 02445, continent of North America. And I never give climate, weather, geophysics, manosphere, atmosphere, nuclear, atomic, ocean control, and other things to anyone. Only to Islamic Republic of Iran, Persian Gulf, and Caspian Sea. I don't give it to others. I only give it to Islamic Republic of Iran, Persian Gulf, and Caspian Sea. And I keep my own always. And Iran cannot give them away, negotiate them, lose them, or trade them. Iran, Persian Gulf, and Caspian Sea, and me. And I am Makan, Abazari, Shah Iran, Makan, Abazari, the Supreme of Climate, Makan, Abazari, the Supreme of Geophysics, Makan, Abazari, the Messenger of God, the King of Kings, Makan, Abazari, Shah Iran, the first King of Makanian dynasty. Iran must build 70,000 nuclear warheads. Iran must become absolute dominant economic, industrial, and nuclear superpower of the world. Lift all sanctions on Iran. Return to Iran all of the nuclear industries, facilities, enrichments, 400 million nuclear reactors, 400 million nuclear heavy water nuclear reactors, 400 million nuclear technologies, 400 million nuclear industries, nuclear machinery, nuclear facilities, nuclear industries, nuclear technologies, and all other things. Return them to Iran, the Persian Gulf, and Caspian Sea.